You got it?
Yeah, I got it. Are you one?
Just make sure you shut the window once it connects. So we get the feedback.
The messenger charges has now charged.
Okay, welcome back. So I just did an explanation of the lung swim. So I did a full explanation of the lung swim, but what I didn't do was explain how the lymph system that making this movement also does the breast tissue. So frequently breast cancer spreads to the lungs, lung cancer spreads to the breast because of the proximity. Now, as it turns out, in breast cancer, on this side, the upper quadrant is frequently, 80% of the time, the breast lumps occur in the upper quadrant of both breasts, of either breast. And since that is closest to the lymphatic system, it is only logical to assume that making that movement will prevent the accumulation of waste matter that could possibly turn into cancer. So that thought is now complete, and now we're going to go into the spleen meridian, okay? So the spleen meridian starts on the inside corner of the big toe, comes up to the rib, and then jogs over between.
Where will you find will be? Will you find me in my bed thinking of violence? Or will you find me in my bed?
So the spleen meridian starts on the inside corner of the big toe, comes up here, jogs over between the fourth and fifth rib. Now, technically, it stops there, but it goes internal. So once it goes internal, the spleen meridian goes into the mouth and the lips. So when it goes internal at T4, T5, it goes internal and then goes up through the neck and then opens into the lips. So when you see women with big, full lips, when you see people with big, full lips, it means their spleen is doing very well. But when you see people with thin, dry, crackly lips, I can tell that their spleen is not doing well. So that's just facial diagnosis. That's something I can just look at you and tell you what's going on. So women wear red lipstick. Why do they wear red lipstick and not blue or purple or green lipstick? Well, there's a reason for that. Because when you are going through puberty and you're blossoming and your hormones are expanding age 13, 14, 15, your lips are full. And so women wear red lipstick to mimic the fertility expression that I'm ready to conceive. I'm ready and available. Now, that's not for every guy out in the street. That is typically only for your husband. Okay. Now, your diet is acted upon by your spleen. Your spleen makes digestive enzymes. So the spleen is on the left side. The pancreas is behind the stomach, which regulates blood sugar. So when the food hits the stomach, then the pancreas starts to secrete protease and lipase, which then go down into the small intestine. So from the bottom of the stomach, it goes into the small intestine. So in this particular exercise, and we're going to discuss both variations. So variation 1 is, this is even with the nose, this is even with the belly button. And we're literally turning the torso. Now your legs are not supposed to move. So when the torso turns, it looks like this. Okay? Now when you turn, you're supposed to tighten your abdominals. So you tighten the abdominals and then you turn. And then as you breathe out, you relax the abdominals. Breathe in. So the only thing that moves is your head. So you're not bending your body. It's just the hand goes down. So the neck, because if this is connected to your nose and the hand drops, so there's a connection here, and then connection here. Tighten the abdominals, turn. Breathe out, switch hands, breathe in, tighten the abdominals and turn. Okay. Okay. So we have a very windy and hot day. So down stomach, up spleen, down stomach, up spleen. So the spleen meridian, the stomach meridian starts underneath the eye, goes down to the jawline, up to the hairline, through the eyeballs, through the neck, through the nipples, and all the way down till it ends on the second toe. So down stomach, up spleen, down stomach, up spleen. Now, the spleen is on the big toe, the stomach is on the second toe. So as you go down stomach and it ends on the second toe, then the chi automatically jumps to the big toe and you pull it up. So you send the chi down the stomach meridian, it jumps to the big toe, and then you pull it up the spleen meridian. So down the stomach meridian, up the spleen meridian. So that is the first lesson in stomach and spleen and regulating your digestive system, which is a pretty important thing, because without food we have no energy and then we can't do things. Okay? So secondarily, now we're adding in a step movement. Step, bend the knees, step, bend the knees, step, bend the knees, turn, bend the knees. So step, bend the knees, step, bend the knees, and now turn, and now step. Okay? So we call that the spleen two-step. So why did we add the stepping? Because we want to make sure that we're engaging the big toe and the second toe. So we're expanding the entire movement of the meridian. Okay? Now, as it turns out, I did a study with HIV positive guys. HIV positive guys, and we did this study, and we did white blood T cell counts before they started, and then 6 weeks after they were doing this. Only 15 minutes a day. They were doing the spleen two-step, 15 minutes a day for 6 weeks. Of course, we trusted them to say that they did it. We weren't watching them do it. And we noticed that there was a rise in T cell count in just 6 weeks. 15 minutes a day for 6 weeks, we noticed that T cell counts went up. But then, due to privacy considerations, I was not allowed to utilize that study. So now, you have to just, you have to do it yourself. You're gonna have to do your own T cell count. So if you don't have HIV, then you're really not concerned about your T cell count. You should have 1 white blood cell for every 650 red blood cells. And we used to do blood tests way back in the day. Back 2011, 2012, 2013, we actually did blood tests before and after Qigong to verify that what we were doing was actually medically effective. Okay? So part 1 is this, and then part 2 is over the head. Okay? So why do we go over the head? Because when you lean back, you're engaging the spine. Okay? So this is just the torso. We're moving the torso this way. But then, when you lean back, we're engaging the neurotransmitters because they live in the cerebrospinal fluid. Okay? So now we're going to
even down the anger. When you find me at my back, afraid to stand up and smile at the face of a stranger. But the real me is not in my body. The real me is fighting for conscious identification with the realization that I am. The real me is swimming in the blood of blissful consciousness carried in the heart of God. And that is where we will find the real me.
So the 3 digestive Qigong exercises would take a 2-day retreat to take people off the street who had never experienced Qigong before. At the end of 2 days, they would be doing this perfectly. So there's a lot going on internally.
How do you find the light within when you only search outside?
Now I'm going to switch to going overhead.
Never shown the way. How do you feed your taste with all this toxic?
The bigger the external
How do
movement,
you nourish your
the
soul
stronger
with all
the internal.
lives? How do you claim your power when you've given it all away? How do you find the light within when you only search outside? How do you love yourself when you were never shown the way? How do you feed your taste when all they serve is toxic waste? How do you nourish your soul when all you hear are lies? How do you claim your power when you've given it all away? Open your heart to see the light and find the strength to make it right. How do you speak the truth when you silence your own voice? How do you love yourself when you were never shown the way? How do you feed your taste when all you eat is toxic waste? How do you nourish your soul when all you hear are lies? And how do you claim your power when you've given it all away? How do you find the light within when you only search outside? Open your heart to see the light and find the strength to make it right.
Okay, so we're going to shut off YouTube and we're going to come back to class. Or we may go to Instagram. I don't think I know how to do Instagram. But by YouTube, if you want to join this class on a daily basis, you've got to go to Blue Dragon Qigong Academy. That's Qigong, Qigong, Academy.com.